It was in November 2010 that we first showed you this car. The Rexton has been one of SsangYong's best sellers globally, and with good reason. Its pedigree is solid, courtesy of Mercedes-Benz derived design, chassis and powertrain. And earlier this year we told you that instead of the car you see now, it will be this car that Mahindra will debut in India as the first SsangYong offering here. That is indeed why there has been a delay in bringing the brand into our market, and we believe that was a smart move. The first SsangYong in India had to be impressive, attractive and capable. The new revised 3rd Gen Rexton W is indeed all of those things.
Now the previous SsangYong Rexton, the one we've shown you on the program, the W289 as it was called internally, is so different from this car. I mean, I paused there because it was almost something I wouldn't have expected, you know. Somebody said, look, here's the car, we're going to facelift it. This is not what I would have expected because the W290, as this one is called, can certainly go ahead and enter itself into a beauty pageant if it wants to. The previous car, not so much. There's good metalwork in the hood. We just showed you this car from the Paris Motor Show, last week on the program, so I don't really need to go on about it. The Mercedes-inspired front grille works for this shape. Headlamp cluster, again, just so contemporary. Nice little barrel here which has the Rexton badging inside it. Now, this element, which is just a parking light, I'm told, it's nice because it's a departure from the typical LEDs you're seeing in practically every car these days. So it would have been a good departure from that. However, it's not a daytime running light. I would like to see it become one because then it would sort of become a signature of the Rexton, if you will. Mahindra has chosen not to call this the Mahindra Rexton, and they've just said, all right, we're going to go with SsangYong, bring it into the market, create like a premium brand. So it's like Toyota, Lexus. You got Mahindra and you got SsangYong. Fine, no problem. RX-7, that's the model, so RX-5 would be the manual. This could have gone somewhere along the side, but alright, I'll live with that. AWD, all-wheel drive is standard. It's not going to be optional, and so do I really need to see that here? Again, could have been somewhere on the front fender. You've already got RX-7, by the way, on the front fender as well. AT tells you this is automatic. Alright. Rexton, the way the name is embossed back here, it's always been like that with the Rexton, so I'm okay with that because it's like a signature. And then you got by Mahindra. Well, you know, like I said, I don't think you need to drive that point home. These cars will be selling out of Mahindra dealerships anyway.
And that is the plan. First Delhi and Mumbai, and then Bangalore, and then by Diwali, dealers in 5 other cities will start selling the Rexton. A separate space is being created to house SsangYong branded products within existing dealerships. Again, we think that's a smart move. Trying to create a parallel network would have been a waste of money. The RX-7 has a powerful engine and its figures do justice to its bulk. The specs in fact seem adequate when compared to others in this class. The auto has a Tiptronic option which needs to be engaged before you can engage the gears from the plus-minus buttons on the steering wheel. The automatic gearbox is also adequate, though it could have been a bit more responsive. The initial pickup also has the engine sounding more laboured than it really is, but the gear shifts are fairly smooth and cruising at higher speeds is also great. The Rexton RX-5 is the lower spec manual variant which has the same engine block, though tuned to deliver lower output.
Having spent a fair amount of time with the older car and knowing the fact that there aren't huge mechanical changes or powertrain changes, I wasn't really expecting a very different ride or a very different feel, and I have to say that the work that's been done on the suspension as well as the chassis settings seems to have come through in terms of improving the overall ride quality. Handling's not too bad also, and while of course there is body roll, there isn't as much as I remember or as much as I had expected. So that's something that will go down well in this segment because most of these vehicles which are operating in this space aren't monocoque, and so they're all plagued by this body roll problem. That's something that you like about the Rexton for sure. It also has a nice sort of presence on the road, and again, that's something that will go down well with Indian buyers. The part that I'm not too thrilled about though is that the steering, while it's very smooth and a lot of buyers might like that, for me there's too much play in it. I mean, it's just got a very loose feel, and I would prefer more feedback and a little bit more stiffness. Gives you a little sense of accuracy and precision that I think is lacking.
The car comes with front and side airbags and ABS standard, while the RX-7 additionally has hill descent control, speed-sensitive power steering and stability control. The RX-7's all-wheel drive is on demand, which is again a plus. You also get cruise control, auto headlamps and wipers, and sunroof only on the RX-7. The Rexton is a good start, and especially given its prices, we believe it will establish the brand quite well in the Indian market. We hope Mahindra adds more cities and gets more Rextons out on our roads soon enough. And yes, we also hope it brings in the Corando C equally quickly.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.